Good morning, everyone. My name is Alyssa Griffith, and I'm the president of the Western Chester County Chamber of Commerce. Welcome to our 9th annual Corporate Citizen event. We are excited to be bringing this to you virtually from the Greystone Mansion in Coatesville, thanks to Justin Chan and the Valley Creek Productions. The mission of the Western Chester County Chamber of Commerce is to connect our members with new ideas, resources, and relationships to achieve their goals. Life Transforming Ministries is an excellent example of putting this mission to work by bringing individuals, businesses, and nonprofits together to improve the lives of our community. The Western Chester County Chamber of Commerce continues to be a resource to its members, thanks to the support of our 2020 partners. Our Titanium partners, First Resource Bank, our Platinum partners, the Wright Agency, GA Vitry, Citadel, and Delaware Valley Concrete, and our Gold partners, Brandywine Health Foundation, Rhodes Energy, Brandywine Hospital, Pennsylvania American Water, Sikorsky, Penrise Advisors, and Mid-Penn Bank. At this time, I would like to introduce Bob Holliday, who helped our chamber develop our corporate citizen program. He is a former board member and currently serves on the Regional Planning Committee and the Program Committee.
Thank you, Alyssa, and welcome everybody. It gives me a thrill to be here for our 9th annual Corporate Citizenship event. This event was created for the purpose of recognizing critical nonprofit organizations and their leaders, as well as the businesses and community members that were major supporters of their work in the community, who together then created a powerful community of caring that exists throughout the Western Chester County region. So the primary purpose for the event at this point in time is education. First of all, for our members to learn about the network of nonprofit agencies that provide service to our community, and it really provides a source for enabling all members of our communities to progress in their lives. The second part is to learn from those major supporters of the importance of giving of self to others through the volunteer work. And they have demonstrated that it's important to themselves personally as well as to their organizations and businesses. So before going on, I'd like to review what our list has been over the last 8 years so that you can have an appreciation of the broad network of services that we have recognized over the years. First, in 2012, Bob McNeil and the Chester County Food Bank were honorees. And then in 2013, the Parson family, CTDI, United Way was president and CEO at that time was Claudia Hellebush. And then Chester County Community Dental, represented by Regina Horton-Lewis, were our honorees. The next year, 2014, the Bentley family and Bentley Systems, and recognizing the Bridge of Hope of Lancaster and Chester County. Then what came Jeff March, Citadel, and the Chester County Food Bank once again. For our 100th anniversary in 2016, we selected 3 people who spent their lifetime as almost dedicating themselves to community service. First, Martin Skolnick. He had the Coatesville Army Navy store for almost 90 years. Eugene DiOrio was the family historian for Luke and Steele, and has really served the community in that role. Pearl Sorensen was with United Way for over 50 years. Even after she retired, she came back as a volunteer. And then the Coatesville Youth Initiative. 2017 was the Craft family, craft coaches and handicrafters, represented by Amy Rice and Greg Nagel, board president. Then came Bob Milliken, our own Bob Milliken of the Chester County Association for the Blind. And last year was Bob Biggs in Good Works, and also the board president was with us at that time. So this year we are honoring, and it gives me great pleasure, I've known Bill for over 15 years, it must be, back when I was in United Way. We're honoring Life Transforming Ministries and Bill Shaw for the platform of services they provide that enable people to lift themselves or their families up to a higher level quality of living in the community. We're grateful for their dedication and persistence, and it's all from a source of love and caring, which touches everybody. As part of this, we will recognize Vanguard and Harcum College for their major and ongoing support that they have provided to enable these essential services to be provided in such an effective fashion. As everyone knows who has been in a nonprofit organization, no volunteers, no product. They are essential to providing the product in the community. And then Harcum College to provide the education that allows people to lift themselves up. That was an ideal model. And then we will hear from Chris Salo, President and CEO of United Way of Chester County, about what the partnership with Life Transforming Ministries have meant to them. So they provide the multiplier effect in the equation, where they bring in resources from the county, the state, and the federal government. So it's an ideal model for us. So at this point, please join us now as we honor Bill Shaw and Life Transforming Ministries. Bill.
Thank you, Bob, Alyssa, Donna, and Rachel, the staff of the Chamber, as well as the program committee who put this together, the board of directors of the Chamber, the partners, the sponsors, as well as all of the members of the Chamber that make this wonderful organization go. Several years ago, I served as the president of this board and know very intimately all of the work that's done to make this a successful group. So I'm just really honored to be here today as the director of Life Transforming Ministries to accept this recognition. So thank you very much. And what the interesting thing about Life Transforming Ministries for me was that I was kind of familiar when I got involved with kind of my own tradition. But the fascinating thing about Life Transforming Ministries is that we're blessed with a board that represents many different traditions. And so our mission is really to explore that diversity and then to express through creative partnerships the kind of unity that our Creator desires for all of us to participate in this world. And so before I started volunteering with Life Transforming Ministries in 1999, our next speaker, the president of Life Transforming Ministries, Reverend Kevin Hunt of Trinity United Bible Church, was already hard at work on this mission with Life Transforming Ministries and in his own right through his congregation. Any of you who are familiar with Coatesville and the city, especially those who are sports fans, will know Reverend Hunt as an inductee into the Coatesville Sports Hall of Fame, number 44. He has done some remarkable things in his own right, but I have been so blessed to work with him over the last decade plus as he's been the president of our board. He brings an especially important heart to our New Mornings Reentry Service, which is our partnership with the Chester County Prison to help people who are returning to the community from incarceration. It's something that's very close to his own heart. He spends a lot of time at the prison helping individuals. And so again, I'm really honored to ask President Hunt to come to the podium and share on behalf of Life Transforming Ministries.
Thank you, Bill, and to the Western Chester County Chamber of Commerce and to all you who are constituents and friends of Chester County. We're so grateful to be here today. This recognition means a lot to us, and we feel good about serving in our community. In light of all that's going on today, we are here to say that we're still servant leaders. And Mr. William Henry Shaw IV, and I say it like that because I don't know about you, but I don't know many fourths. His son is a fifth, and the middle name is Henry, so the only Henrys I knew was the Tudor family, and that went up to Henry VIII, and things of that nature. So to know someone that's of a fourth as well as a fifth generation, I only know one other family like that in our region. But I can say this, that he's truly a servant, and that's why he has served so well. He's very acclimated to others. People have a draw to him, as well as he's a gifted individual to help lead us. And what's amazing about our board, we're all older than him, okay? But he leads us on. There's 7 members on our board, and we're going to talk about them in a moment. But he's right. We had foundation. We had founders. And those founders was Dr. William T. Greer, who used to be my former pastor of the Union Baptist, then the New Life in Christ Fellowship. And that's where I was ordained as a minister. And then as well, we have Dr. Mark Oliver, okay? To say it bluntly, we had an African-American leader who also had a constituent who was a white evangelical, and together, through different diverse backgrounds, they came together to talk about their educational background and what was needed in the city. And it's through their vision and hard work that it began our foundation, and it's through that foundation that I met Brother Bill. And some of the people that I'm talking about on our board includes Pastor Dan Wagner, who's been there from the very beginning. We're also talking about Pastor Robert Garrett Jr. He's the former pastor of Love and Life Fellowship and now the president of the Delaware Valley Ministers Association. We're talking about Pastor Scott Feathers, all right, of Gateway Church in Salisburyville, Pastor Bill Ginsel of the church at the park, also associated with Gateway, as well as we have Pastor Eric McAdams is now the present pastor of Coatesville Bible Fellowship. And myself, Trinity United Bible Church, 30 years in this area as well, serving and, ministering to people. So we're just grateful today to have what we have. And in consideration of the climate today, we're glad to say that we truly love one another as a board. We can call each other at any time. And I'm letting them know personally how I feel as their leader, okay? In which, the majority of them, of course, are white, but yet as a leader, as a person, they've always made me feel very welcome, respect my word, my wisdom, my leadership, and we continue in that same frame. So in light of today's world, we're saying, hey, this is our time to show what God has done in us and to also show others that this is how we're going to work together. So we're looking forward to how we're going to succeed in this Coatesville area, both now and throughout Chester County. I know we already have a vision that it has to go beyond where we're at now, even into Lancaster and other parts of Pennsylvania, where we want to bring other people together, including the ministers and those who are involved in charitable organizations. Get at that round table. Let's talk about some good things that we need to see and understand about one another to make things better. God bless you. It's been a wonderful experience to serve with you, Mr. Bill.
Thank you, Reverend Hunt. You truly do express the heart of our ministry, and I thank you for the friendship and the service. One of the partnerships that we have generated over the years occurs right here at the Greystone Mansion. And it's a really fascinating partnership that I could talk a whole lot about. Over the last decade, over 100 Coatesville residents have graduated from college because of the partnership here. And that partnership is not just with the historic Greystone Society and the properties that are beautifully kept and maintained here in this part of the city, but it's also with a wonderful partner in Harcum College. And I could say a whole lot about this, but what I do want to just say that this is not the overpriced thing you hear about in the news, this giant indoctrination scam that's feeding young people useless information just to collect their money. I mean, you see some of that in higher education. This is nothing like that. This is, in fact, a very creative way to fill a gap in the Coatesville community, to give people actual skills and marketplace credentials that help them advance in the workforce. And with the generous Harcum grant that's available to all Coatesville students who attend here, the college also works very hard to create value. And also by leveraging the types of free aid, the Pell Grant, the state grant from Pennsylvania, it makes the college process affordable, even for those who think that they don't have the resources to pay for it, or who may be the first in their family to pursue college and don't understand how to finance it. So while he can't be here with us this morning, Dr. DeTemple, the president of Harcum College, is able to provide us with a message. And who better to share about Harcum College than its president, Dr. John J. DeTemple.
Hello, everyone. I'm John DeTemple, president of Harcum College. For those of you who may not be familiar with Harcum, we've been around for over 100 years. Our campus in Bryn Mawr is what's been established for a long period of time. But back in 2006, a social change organization headed by David Castro called iLead developed a leadership program designed for underserved populations. And they brought it to the college as an idea, and we turned it into an associate's degree program. What was nice about it is it eliminated one of the biggest barriers that you have by it being in the community and partnering with a non-for-profit in that community. People felt comfortable with going, and they're usually people who didn't think they were ever going to have a chance at a college degree, and here it was right in front of them within an organization that they trusted and knew within the community. We've expanded that now. This fall we'll be operating 14 different what we call partnership sites. Coatesville has always been a very good one. Life Transforming Ministries, headed by Bill Shaw, entered the picture in 2007. Which is about the time that I became president of Harcum College and saw just the start of this and felt that it was something that was really worth doing. From the beginning, it's been a very positive experience, particularly with Bill. You know, I have learned over the time that he's a dynamic community leader. His enthusiasm has always been easy to see, and we share a lot of many common ideals together, particularly when it comes to raising people up and making communities better. We've been proud of the opportunity that we've had in Coatesville and proud of the fact that we're in the landmark Greystone building. My wife Margie and I have become very familiar with the history of Lucan Steel and its major role in Coatesville. Just this past week, we received a scholarship grant from the Houston Foundation. This is the first of its kind for our partnership sites. And it's centered on students who would enter Harcum from Coatesville. Over the course of our relationship, I have noted that Bill is a doer, involved in all aspects of the community. I've always been very impressed with that. You know, his involvement with the chamber and leading that at one point, he just, to me, just seems to be everywhere, and his enthusiasm, as I've mentioned before, is just outstanding. You know, I'm very happy to see Bill and Life Transforming Ministries honored today for his significant leadership work. I just want to say thank you, Bill, for all you do, and I'm grateful for our relationship. Thanks.
Thank you, Dr. DeTemple. And as much as the college experience is about gaining skills, one of the greatest things I've observed is to watch how people's lives are transformed over these 2-3 years that it takes them to complete the program. And so we have with us today an excellent example of wonderful academic success as well as terrific personal transformation. He just graduated in May of 2020, and I'd like to ask Leanne McKnight to come to the podium.
Thank you, Bill. I'm truly honored to be here today. I'm honored to be a part of something so positive and so great, especially for this community of Coatesville. My name is Leon McKnight, and I am a graduate of the 2020 class of Harcum College, and my major was Human Services Associate of Arts. I started Harcum College in January 2018. I didn't have high expectations of myself when I attended here, and I didn't intend to come to college at all. I went to the Life Transforming Ministries in search of career opportunities through CareerLink. I was talking to a woman by the name of Janice McElway, and she told me, "You seem so bright. Why have you never tried to further your education?" And I told her I didn't have the financial resources to do so. And she replied with, "We can help with that." So I said, okay, I might as well see what this is all about. So I started talking to her. I started talking to Miss Melanie, a woman who was here previously. And they told me, get my high school transcript, get my tax documents, all my information. I got all that information, brought it to them, and I was accepted into Harcum College. So I told myself from the get-go, I'm like, well, this is not something I really wanted, but I told myself since I was in high school that if I ever was blessed with the opportunity to attend college and have some type of financial support to do so, that I would take full advantage of that. And that's something that I did. I first started, I struggled a little bit, but the professors that I had pushed me. They seen my potential and they pushed me to grow and do better. And that's what I did. I started getting excellent grades. I received the Student of the Semester Award. I got accepted in the Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society. And that has opened doors with more opportunities, and it's an abundance of opportunities as well. It helped me become a way better person. It helped me learn more about life in general, open my eyes to a lot of stuff as far as like my psychology books go and everything. It helped me help other students, and other students helped me as well. The support here is amazing. People here want to help you. Your professors here want to help you. Everyone here wants to help you. If you feel discouraged, there was a few times during my course here where I felt discouraged, and I might have felt like I wanted to give up, even though being who I am, I would never give up. But every time I had that type of attitude, I would talk to my advisors or my tutors, and they did nothing but offer me encouragement and motivation to keep pushing forward. This is the Coatesville site of Harcum College is a place where the people here in this building want to see you succeed. It helps them want to succeed. And it's a contagious chain of events. Everybody's successful. Everybody's success is built off of one another. And we got great joy in seeing everybody else around here succeed. If I could go back, there's nothing I would change. I would do it all over again. And although in the beginning I wasn't too into college, I wasn't too into schoolwork or anything like that, now that I have done it and I've achieved some level of success with it, I'm more motivated and looking forward to furthering my education. So, yep, Harcum College has truly set me on a path to success, and it's something that I'm very honored to be a part of. I'm very honored to be a part of the alumni, and I'm even more honored to be a part of the class of 2020 with everything going on with this pandemic as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Lee Aaron, and thank you to all of the graduates who continue to be our best advertisement for what this college is doing in the city. We thank all of the staff at the Bryn Mawr campus who work very hard to make sure the partnership sites like ours work. We are actually one of more than, I believe, 10 or a dozen sites in the Philadelphia region who do this. And I also do thank all of the adjunct faculty, many who are local community members and live within the Western Chester County region and contribute through this program. I want to switch gears now to another terrific partnership that happened because, as I recall in my biblical studies, Jesus hung out with the tax collectors. So when I became the executive director, I gave the IRS a call and thought, those are the right people to be talking to if I'm going to be involved in ministry. And so through that, we developed a partnership with the internal, well, it didn't happen exactly like that, just to be for the record. But we do have a wonderful partnership with the Internal Revenue Service through their Volunteer Income Tax Assistance Program. We've been doing that for now 16 years. And the goal there is to help individuals get their income taxes done for free. And those of us all of us who have done our taxes know that can be a stressful, sometimes anxious moment in your calendar when you think about the tax season. Our goal is to train volunteers who can reduce that anxiety as well as maximize the benefits to customers, including the Earned Income Tax Credit, which I could talk about for a whole 45 minutes, but it's a wonderful incentive in the tax program that actually has wonderful support across the board from those who are anti-poverty advocates to those who are critics of government programs. They love this one because it's very efficient and it's very focused on incentives that encourage work. So it brings people together, and over 100 volunteers each year make this happen throughout Chester County, headquartered right here in Coatesville. Over 2,000 households each year are served through this, and it generates over $3 million of economic impact by helping people get their taxes done for free. And more than a decade ago, we were introduced to Vanguard, Vanguard's Volunteers for VITA program, and the opportunity to work with Chester County's largest employer is a wonderful one. So we've been very blessed by that over the decade. In fact, on some nights, you would never know this unless you were involved with the program, but almost the entire staff of the Coatesville facility and even in some of our other locations are Vanguard crew members serving the community through their Vanguard Volunteers for VITA program. So we're very blessed to have that kind of partnership. And one of the best examples of that is our next speaker, Emily Lautz, who has been with us for the last 5 years and is here to talk more about Vanguard. Emily?
Good morning, everyone. My name is Emily Lautz. I've been a Vanguard crew member for 7 years, and I've had the pleasure of working with Life Transforming Ministries for the past 5. I'm excited to talk to you today about our corporate community commitment, but before I do that, I'd like to share a little bit about my experience with LTM volunteering for VITA and why I give back. My Vanguard family and I understand the many responsibilities that we have to both our clients and our fellow crew members, which can make it all too easy to get caught up in the action and lose sight of those in need. One of the things I enjoy most about my time with VITA is the opportunity to interact with individuals within my own community outside of those day-to-day responsibilities. As I reflect on some of the most heartwarming moments at VITA, they include the look of relief when telling someone that they're getting a refund, watching a refund jump after a previously missed deduction, and clients who return year over year becoming familiar faces on a first-name basis. All of these small tokens leading me to build a connection with my community. And it's important to connect because the more you connect, the more you can understand, and the more you understand, the more you can help. But my story is just one of many and comes from being part of a company that takes a stand. At Vanguard, our core purpose is to take a stand for all investors, to treat them fairly, and to give them the best chance for investment success. A core tenet of our culture is taking the long-term approach and doing the right thing. But what does doing the right thing really mean? To guide us through our mission, we rely on the overarching values of integrity, focus, and stewardship. We use these values to navigate every decision that we make. We are caretakers of our clients' investments, which is a huge responsibility and one that we really take to heart, which is exactly why we bring that same sense of caring to everything that we do and why we help to strengthen the communities where we live and work. Generally, one of our biggest impacts to the community has been time. In 2019, our crew members volunteered over 64,000 hours in skills-based volunteering, a paid day off to volunteer, Vanguard-sponsored days of caring, and of course, with VITA. The same philosophy we share with our clients, that investing early pays off, shapes the foundation of our Vanguard Strong Start for Kids program. This program provides funding and volunteer hours to give children the opportunity to learn, grow, and thrive with a focus on kindergarten readiness for children growing up in poverty. Since established in 2015, it has approved grants totaling over $36 million. In light of everything currently happening and being in a world that's always in changing, I'm proud to share ways that we have responded to current events and continue to develop our community stewardship program. When the coronavirus pandemic hit, we relied on the very core of our culture, doing the right thing. Immediately, we pledged $5 million to organizations in need during the health crisis. And as of June 1st, that amount is close to $8 million. And as a financial analyst, it's really just ingrained in me to break that down for you a little bit. $2.5 million has gone to COVID-19 relief support for community partnerships within Strong Start for Kids. $2 million alone comes from crew donations and match to organizations providing COVID relief. $1.5 million to community relief funds, which goes to agencies from our hometown grants list and our solid volunteer agency partners. $800,000 in pooled funds, such as for regional COVID relief. $500,000 in anchor gifts to institutions in Philadelphia, such as the Franklin Institute and Cradles to Crayons, as well as $400,000 to food banks and hunger relief agencies in our 3 U.S. sites and 2 of our largest international offices in the UK and Australia. In addition to our COVID philanthropy, Vanguard has pledged an additional $5 million in immediate giving to support organizations committed to addressing injustice and social disparities. In the past, our donations were always anonymous, and they were made based on what we thought was best, really thinking with our business hats on. When we created our Strong Start for Kids program, we started to listen to our partners and be a bit more public with our giving. And that transition was about what our clients really wanted. All of our clients want to know what the companies they work with are doing for the world. And honestly, it's great to live in a time where so many people really do care about giving back and helping the community. This year's challenges have allowed us to anchor our philanthropy in something new as we pivot to unrestricted grants, allowing organizations to use funds at their discretion. This has been an excellent opportunity and exercise in listening to the needs of our community the same way we listen to the needs of our clients. In the end, it's not about us at all. Simply put, serving our community is the right thing to do. We are stronger together, connected by our belief in integrity, focus, and of course, stewardship. Thank you.
Thank you, Emily, and thank you, everyone from Vanguard, all of the many volunteers each year who make the VITA program work. Thank you very much for your partnership. Speaking of partnerships, one of the greatest keys to success is knowing who's really good at what and then building a team in order to get something done. And the United Way of Chester County has not only done that, but they've made a culture of that in our county. And so we've been very blessed to partner with the United Way over many years, including with Bob Holliday when he worked with the United Way, in addition to many others that we thank for getting us to this point. I'd like to introduce the United Way of Chester County's current president and CEO, Chris Cielo, to talk more about their strategic partnerships and the role of the United Way of Chester County.
Thank you, Bill. Hi, I'm Chris Cielo, President and CEO of United Way of Chester County. It is not an accident that I'm last on the agenda. I'd like to think they saved the best for last, but it's probably more like, I'm the only thing standing between you and the clocks or the end of this event. So they say when you're last, be brief, be funny, and be seated. And I will try to do that. I am so honored to be here in the Greystone building. United Way celebrated 75 years in Chester County last year, and the roots of our organization started right here, less than a mile from this building, as the Coatesville United District Charities. And we're proud of the work that we've done over the last 75 years. We fight for the education, health, and financial stability of every person in Chester County. And our partnership with Life Transforming Ministries, in particular, Bill Shaw's leadership, has really allowed us to go as hard as we can to fight for every person's financial stability. Bill joined our United Way Financial Stability Partnership back in 2006 as one of the founding members. That's a partnership that brought together a lot of organizations that were doing work around financial stability, to synchronize their programs, to get rid of duplication, to fill gaps in services. And then when we began the United Way Financial Stability Partnership, Life Transforming Ministries came on as a partner to offer their VITA program that Bill described earlier. And he has been part of that program and the Financial Stability Center since 2016. Under his leadership, that program and the number of people served in Chester County has grown tremendously. In just the last 3 years, over 5,000 people have benefited from that program and with tax credits and with tax preparation services. And he's mobilized over 200 volunteers during that time. I met Bill back in 2004, and it was only right around the corner as well, as part of the Coatesville Weed and Seed Aid Team. And when I met Bill, one of the things that struck me was his passion for helping people and his enthusiasm for what he does. In my now 30-year career in nonprofits in Chester County, I have seldom come across people that have more of a passion and a commitment and excitement to make the community better. And that's a testament to Bill, and it's certainly a reflection in the reputation that Life Transforming Ministries has and the honor that they're getting today. We're trying to expand that partnership, so we're currently working on a collaboration to expand funding for the VITA program in Chester County and take it to additional parts of Chester County that currently aren't served. One of the best things about Bill is his flexibility and his willingness to meet people where they are. So when people can't make it due to transportation issues, Bill will go to them and make sure that these services are available to them with the VITA program. But more than that, Bill is an advocate for the Financial Stability Center of the United Way. So he makes sure not only do they get help from the VITA program, but they benefit from all of the services available through that center. And he makes sure that he advocates for that. We love partners that integrate our other partners into their work, and Bill is truly a team player in that regard. With the economic downturn that's associated with this worldwide pandemic, the challenges of Chester County have become great. Unemployment's over 44,000. Prior to the economic downturn, United Way of Chester County, along with United Ways around Pennsylvania, funded a study called the ALICE study. And ALICE stands for Asset Limited, Income Constrained, Employed. And they are hardworking people in Chester County that live above the federal poverty level, but below the self-sufficiency level. Prior to the pandemic, there were 7% at or below the poverty level in Chester County, but 20% of Chester County residents were ALICE. We expect that number has grown tremendously, and that is the target market for our financial stability, and that is the target that Bill is trying to help with the VITA program. So we are so honored to be part of the recognition for Bill and for Life Transforming Ministries. We wanted to present him with two things. One, as a fellow Penn Stater, I had to make sure that he has a blue and white Live United shirt, because nobody lives united better than Bill. And finally, as we continue to navigate the challenges related to the coronavirus, and we do our part and wear masks in public, I wanted to make sure Bill had his very own Live United mask. So Bill and Life Transforming Ministries, congratulations for everything.
Oh, thank you, Chris. Let's see how it fits. Looking good. Did I do it right? Yeah. Looking good. Look at that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I do just want to thank all of you who were here today, all of our partners that were able to be represented, as well as many who are out there who couldn't be here today. I thank many of you in the business community, in the church community, in the government community, in the neighborhood community, who truly come together to make everything happen that Life Transforming Ministries accomplishes. And I could not say enough thank you to the people who really make it happen at Life Transforming Ministries. I get to stand up here at the podium and talk about things, but it's truly people like Sandra Brewer in our Harcum program, Donna Laird with our VITA program, Janice McElwee, who you heard about through Lee Aaron's story with our reentry services, Heather Albrecht, and Michelle Manthe, and of course, Millie Davis, who made me my Phillies mask, is also our financial director. So I thank all of our staff as well as our board members and all of those who've made that happen today. And again, we are so grateful to the Western Chester County Chamber of Commerce for this opportunity this morning.
So on behalf of the Western Chester County Chamber of Commerce, this is a check with donations that our members graciously donated for Life Transforming Ministries to continue your work.
Great.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm gonna-
I'm out.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. Congratulations again to Life Transforming Ministries and Bill Shaw. We invite you to visit our website, westernchestercounty.com, and consider donating to this very worthy cause. Please join us on October 24th for our golf outing at French Creek Golf Club. Happy Father's Day to all our fathers out there. Happy belated birthday to our executive director, Donna Stelz, who had a birthday yesterday. And we look forward to seeing everyone soon. Until then, think green and beyond.